Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. I know what you guys are thinking. It finally happened. Coach Matt lost his mind. He snapped. He's sitting on the floor of the gym. He just got done squatting. His legs are freaking killing him. He went pretty heavy for an old guy with really, really long legs. So, Coach Matt, what are you doing sitting on the floor? What are you going to teach us sitting on the floor? And this is what we're going to teach you sitting on the floor. I'm exhausted. The other day, I got an email from a guy. Just started throwing in high school last year. And he is one of the best throwers in the nation. This is a kid who is consistently hitting between 180 and 200 feet in the discus. His dad was a collegiate thrower, actually was a teammate and a roommate, good friend of mine, who unfortunately was a coach around here at a very prestigious university, who died a year or two ago. Was a great loss to the track and field world up here in New England. And his dad was a thrower. His school never had a track team because they were so small. They had a football team. Kid played football. And as a junior, I should say, he started doing track. And now as a senior, he's one of the best throwers in the country. He has a scholarship to go to a very prestigious university in his area, sort of in the South. I don't want to say the university. I don't want to say the kid's name just for fear of embarrassing him. But basically, his question is, Coach Matt, in practice, I'm consistently hitting 180, 200. During my warm-ups, I'm consistently hitting 180 to 200. I'm right in that range. I mean, the thing's flying out there. It feels great. Then the meet starts. And everything just kind of falls apart. I'm hitting like 165s, 170s. I can't seem to get it to that level that I want when I'm in a meet. So what do? What can I do to kind of get myself psyched up or mentally prepared, ready for the throw? We did a video a while ago about getting yourself prepared, getting yourself ready for a track meet. And he watched this video. And one of the things was, he's like, well, I tried that. It's not working. It's not really that I'm not mentally prepared. It's just that when I get in the circle, things kind of fall apart. And this happens to a lot of throwers, especially early on in the year. I know this is happening with one or two of my local throwers that I work with here, just sort of in this area, especially with discus, is they get in the circle and there's a lot of things on their mind. So, for example, they'll say, well, it's cold. It's windy. There's a lot of people in my flight. I've got to wait a long time before I throw. And then they start thinking, okay, this mental checklist. All right, what do I need to do to throw a PR today? Well, when I was with Coach Matt, we were working on getting that right leg nice and long out of the circle, driving up into zero support, landing on a bent right leg, getting my left foot down faster in front. Okay, so I got to do that. I got to make sure to release. It's going to be wind. The sector, this is a different circle than I've ever thrown in before. So I got to get used to that. And all this stuff is going on in their head. But what really good throwers don't realize is that they know how to throw. You wouldn't be a really good thrower if you didn't know how to throw. You wouldn't be throwing massive PRs at practice if you didn't know how to throw. If you are a really good thrower, then you need to get in that circle. You need to clear your mind of all the crap going on. You broke up with your girlfriend. You're stressed out because you have a paper tomorrow. You've got a project due. The weather sucks. It's really cold. It's really windy. Oh, I haven't been able to throw as much as I wanted to this week at practice because, it rained out a couple times and I don't like the circle that I'm throwing in. There's a kid in my flight who's a little bit better than me. I got stuff I have to work on. You go through all of this mental gobbledygook, and no wonder why you're not throwing well. If you're a good thrower, throwing the discus should be like tying your shoe. Watch, I'm going to tie my shoe. Ready? See if I can back up and show you. Maybe I'll put it on top of this one so you can see. I'm going to show you how Coach Matt ties his shoes. So what I'm going to do is just tied. Want to see me do it without the shoe in my hand? Ready? Watch. Tied. How many times have I tied my shoe in my life? 33 years old. How many times have I tied my shoe? Now I've got 2 shoes, so multiply that by 2. How many times have I done it since I was 2.5, 3 years old, whenever it was I learned how to tie my shoes? I've tied my shoes a very long time, and I'm good at it, man. I can tie shoes like you would not believe. I can tie my son's shoes. I can tie my wife's shoes if she ever wanted me to. I can lace up boots. I can lace up ice skates. I can tie anything. I don't think about it. I just do it. I tie my shoes. Now, imagine if I had to think about how to tie my shoes. Let's do this. Let's do it again. Let's think about tying my shoes. Is Coach Matt thinking about tying his shoes? Ready? Okay. So, I've got to pull the laces tight. I'm going to cross my left lace into my right hand, over the right lace that's in my left hand. Then I'm going to put that left lace through, and I'm going to pull down until it reaches my ankle. And then I'm going to make a loop with the lace that's in my left hand, and then I'm going to go around my thumb with the lace that's in my right hand. Then I'm going to use the index finger of my left hand to push through the loop that I made. Then I'm going to pull it tight, and maybe if it's a thicker shoelace, I'm going to then go ahead and I'm going to tie a double knot. Don't even get me started on how complicated the double knots are. How quick was I that time tying my shoe? How awkward was it for me to explain to you how to tie shoes? That's what you guys are doing when you get in the circle. Really, really good throwers, that's what you guys are doing when you get in the circle. You're overthinking it. You're going step by step by step instead of just letting it flow and doing what you already know how to do. Stop thinking about it. In the circle is not when you think about it. In the circle is when you do. I always think back to, guys, wrestlers that I've trained, and when you see the interviews, when you listen to the guys who fight, who box, who fight in the UFC, and these guys, they say, training is the tough part. The fight is the fun part. And that's what you guys have to start doing when you're in the circle. Stop thinking so much about it. Stop making it a chore. Stop thinking step by step of all the uncontrollable things that you have no way that you could ever control, like weather and wind and who's in your flight and who the officials are and all this other stuff that's going on, the circle that you're throwing in. You can't control that stuff, so stop thinking about it. Get in the circle, do what you know how to do, and throw. If you think about it too much, you're going to fail. Get in there, relax, let it rip. You know how to do it. You're a good thrower. Make it happen, and you will throw more PRs. Mental nothing, mental weakness, mental strength, blah, 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 blah. Psychological this, psychological that. Don't worry about it. Get in the circle, relax, do what you know how to do, throw a big PR, get that monkey off your back, and have fun and enjoy the rest of your season. Talk to you soon.